Okay, hi. So I was trying to like license local bands, uh, so I could play them before streams or even like during streams, maybe while coding or something. Um, but so for now, right now, I'm just doing this stream, and then whenever I feel like streaming, otherwise, because I've hired local people before to write music for my games or for my one game to be more specific. But I don't have any games to make right now. I'm kind of on a game making hiatus. Um, Again, let me know if the volumes aren't good or anything like that. I'm just gonna move this over here. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, TH Beam. That was my alarm telling me to wake up, and I'm awake. Um, just gonna check the audio. Okay, I can hear my audio. So, how are you all this morning? All four viewers. I woke up annoyed because I decided to check social media immediately when I woke up while I was still sleeping. Good. I have cats over here. We got three cats and my bear. So here's Kabe. Can't really see her because of the light. Hi, Digital X Mage. Sorry. Luna's over there and Pixel's over here. And I slept on this futon last night since my husband's not feeling well, so that had him in the bed. So he would hopefully get better rest. Yes. I figured most people who come in here would be not in the US, but perhaps in Europe or the opposite side of the world somewhere. But for me, I don't know, it's nice to just kind of do something in the morning that's not immediately get into work because I have a lot of work on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Except yesterday, a lot of students had to cancel their meetings, so I actually only had 3 tutoring sessions instead of 6. Um, look at those kitties. Let's bother Kabe. So I'll just keep the camera like this. So Digital X Mage. I meant to like go to your channel yesterday, but it wouldn't let me find the chat again, and then I couldn't find you when I tried to look you up. Do you already have like any videos? Oh, my camera's really shaky. It's like not secure. 3 p.m. Pretty tired. Finding it quite difficult to get to sleep early when you're always in the house. Yeah. I was having that problem as well, where like you're not doing anything physically very um demanding, so it's like you're just not physically tired at night. Sorry, technical details. Used to upload audiobooks. Here, I'll subscribe anyway. If you decide to post programming videos, I'll make some comments. Yeah, I've been trying to read before bed, or it's funny because I don't feel like watching as much YouTube right now. Like I used to come home from work and just want to like lay down and watch YouTube and be really lazy. Um, but I do find that's a good way to fall asleep. Is I like watching people play video games while I'm trying to fall asleep. It like keeps my mind on what they're doing. Um, that's cool. So you just like read these books and like had a audio and stuff. I mean, I'm not going to say that it was maybe copyright infringement, but I don't really care. Let's look at this page. Um, I mean, I just think it's cool to even do something like this and to put so much work into it. Look at that. Oblivion. That's a lot. Getting back into DDR where you can't swim. I don't have. I might have a DDR mat somewhere in the attic, but it's probably really gross now. Yeah, I get it. I mean, technically, playing video games also is not perfectly legal, but our copyright system is kind of messed up. And yeah, the community aspect. That seems like it would be really cool. Like, I mean, I can see that because I like watching Let's Plays, and then there's people who follow those and in jokes and all of that. Um, and so I think it would be cool to have like, especially just free audiobooks. I don't want to have to pay like Amazon to listen to an audiobook. I don't want to have to pay Google. I'd pay a smaller service. But I don't like paying these big, basically almost monopolies for things. Unfortunately, sometimes there's no way around it though. Um, yeah. I have let's see, I started my YouTube channel maybe when I was 18. I'm kind of glad I didn't have one when I was 14 because it wasn't around or wasn't a thing. Yeah, I was 18. But I did upload old like home movies that we used to make as a kid. Yeah, I've used Audible, especially when I had a long drive to KU, but it's like owned by Amazon, right? I guess the library has audiobooks and stuff. I haven't done any audiobooks through the library. Um, I've just gotten books from the library. So I should check that out. Yay, audiobooks. um, yeah. Stepmania 5 is MIT license. Is that the PC program? Like all my friends, back when I was like 19, 20, all my friends and I played DDR and ITG all the time. And so they also all had Stepmania on their computers and they would like use that to train. So they would like, you play it with their hands on the keyboard, um, and just use it to get better at reading the notes, which I also would do. And then we'd go play DDR and ITG over at Coolcrest in Independence, Missouri. That was our hangout. We'd go to the Sonic across the street afterwards. So, but once I finished community college, I didn't play as much DDR. And now, the only place near me that has DDR and ITG, it shut down like last year. Yeah, like those beginner's guide to game programming tutorials, I think those are all from 2008. Command line audiobook player. That's cool. Essentially like Audible, but allows you to do it with any file. So would it be like a text to speech based thing? Or would it be like with pre-recorded stuff? And also, Mike is free from meetings. Yay! Why do software developers need to have so many meetings? I wonder if like meetings have gone up. I feel like meetings would have gone up since all of this with us all at home because like the environment of software development is always like you have to be at your desk so we can make sure you're working. And now it's going to be, well, you aren't at your work desk, so we have to make a bunch of video calls to make sure you're working. It's my experience anyway. I'm counting down hours till Thursday night when work ends for a week. Are you not working on Friday? Is it a holiday? Oh, sorry, cats. It's my bear. My bear. It's like, you know, could they just trust us to be professionals and experts at what we do and not always have to be babysat? I'm looking forward to tonight because then we have Dungeons and Dragons online over Discord. Oh, Good Friday. That's a holiday I don't keep track of. No, just audio files. But you ever try listening to audiobooks without Audible? It's annoying. Yeah, that's true. I think besides Audible, I've only used maybe Google's audiobook thing for one book. Um, so yeah, an audiobook listener that's like smarter would be good. And I don't know what all is out there currently, or if you're doing this for mobile or for desktop. You said command line, so maybe desktop. One time I made a text to speech reader um, because one of my professors at UMKC who taught software engineering would just type up these long pages of notes, and they weren't concise or edited at all, and it was so hard to read through them. But spoilers, it was also hard to get through them with a robot voice. Is like Good Friday the same over here? Like, I literally don't know it's Good Friday until I start seeing, like, is that where people have the ashes on their heads? Easter Sunday. So I guess, okay, I guess Sunday is Easter. I also didn't know that. I don't, like, you know, as a kid, we used to do, like, the plastic eggs and searching in the backyard. That was about the extent of Easter for us. Parents would put out some pastel colored candies. Well, I hope you enjoy your Friday. I wonder if Raya's gonna get Friday off then. Um, and then for me, it's like, well, all of the classes are asynchronous anyway, so yeah. Yeah, I've wanted to play around with like making my games where they're compatible with screen readers. So not necessarily embedding the text to speech in my own games, but somehow making like the text, like I wouldn't know how to do it, but making the text like plain text and visible to things for people who use screen readers who have like low vision or no vision can like play something, especially if it's like an RPG or something like, or the visual novel, but Renpy already has text to speech in it. Um, so I thought of that before. Or really, like I have a old game, like an educational game where you make movies. I had one called Opening Night by MECC or MEC or whatever. But I have another one called Hollywood by Theatrics. And they actually, like, this came out in the 90s, and they have pretty good text to speech, and I haven't seen anything like it. Like, it's not Google level text to speech where it sounds like a human, but it's still better than like your Microsoft Bob text to speech. Making text to speech thing for making music ear training MP3 files, which I still use, but the MPEG code was so bad I'll never look at the source again. I have thought of also making like a ear, like just something that will play tones, and then you can like have flashcards in a way, except you have to listen to it. Or I think one of the cats wants to leave. Or one thing I wanted to do was make like a something to learn Morse code, but make it like a rhythm game. So instead, it's like songs that are based around each set of tones, like da da. So then, like the song would be made of that kind of beat all the time. Not the beat, but you know, like every note would be like da 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 da, or something like that. So I just wish I had more energy to do some programming. I have energy to draw. I have energy to, I don't know, translate things, I guess. But I just haven't had the energy to do any game programming, and I'm just like angry when I game program. I don't know. If I had just a day where I could just do the game programming, I would feel happier about it. But as it is, it just, I don't know, I just feel too busy for the game programming. And I know I'm like, if I just stuck with it and did it over time, like all these other very dedicated game developers, then I could get something done. But at the same time, I'm frequently just really busy. I guess not busy enough to do morning streams and evening streams for no reason. But that's also just about energy level. Yeah, I spend a lot of time writing notes. I have not been exercising. My diet has been mostly sandwiches for lunch, which isn't terrible, and then like maybe cooking vegetables and chicken for dinner. I have always been bad at making sure I exercise because exercise isn't as fun as video games. And this is DDR, but I can't go to an arcade. You weren't allowed to know the time. Check social media and be on your PC. Like, did you just set a timer or something and you were like, no time wasters or anything like that? Since we've all been doing this, staying at home, I've realized how little other people are on Facebook, and I feel like a loser. Like, because I'll just leave it open. I normally wouldn't, but since I'm literally at the computer, I just leave it open with everything else, and I just watch people come and go in the like contacts list, and then some people like maybe post once a week, and then only log in once a day, and I'm like, man, I'm a loser. I'm on the social media too much. Yeah, making game art. If you are you, well, if you're interested in pixel art, what I did starting off was, I spent so much time with RPG Maker, and I was just modifying those sprites all the time and kind of learning that way. Um, Another thing I do is, let me open up this window. I would go to Spriter's resource and find game characters that I like the style of. So for instance, like I really like this Sailor Moon right here. But basically, as I would work on sprites, I would kind of zoom really close into other sprites. There's like, I really like the Summon Night like battle sprites. They're so cute. So I would like open one of these up and throw it in a image editor. And let me open up my image editor over here. Where is it? It's so hard to like, I wish it had the icons when I was selecting these here. So I have I can't move that window, it's not letting me. I would go in here and then like as I was drawing, I would kind of investigate like, well, this guy, he has no dark outlines. He's like the main color and then the shading color a little bit, and really big eyes, and then kind of the shape of the body and stuff, and just kind of practice that way by investigating what other people do. And like I would probably start with pixel art if you were just new to things, because you can kind of focus. It's allowed for things to be chunky, and you can like focus on kind of how the animation works and stuff like that. Get a stationary bike. I know I have to like get an exercise machine of some sort, but we also don't have a lot of space in this house. We've been thinking about getting a treadmill or something. We used to go to the gym and I would take my Switch or just my phone or whatever, but can't do that right now. Yeah, like I have a Moosader page on Facebook. I have a Moosader Twitter. I have all of the things. I have a Moosader Instagram. And I'm not happy that I have all these proprietary social media platforms. And I just, have my personal Facebook and stuff like that. But I do like being able to keep in touch with people. And a lot of these people aren't like really great friends that I would keep in touch with anyway. Like, they're people I've met through like volunteering or campaigning or like, I don't know, from jobs, from school, stuff like that. And it's kind of like just seeing people and having a contact of people here local in Kansas City that, sometimes you can get jobs from them, or you can help them find things that they need, or stuff like that. My cousin, Chota Anuj, as I call him, is like posting a bunch of Facebook stuff, and he like doesn't speak any English, but he'll like send messages to my friends and be like, "Aap kaise ho?" And they'll be like, "What? I don't know." What language do you write a lot of your games in? I still prefer to write games in C++ because it's my native language, and I think in C++. Smaller games I am okay with doing in like Python and Pygame because it's really good to get kind of started quickly. But it's just like, it's so much work, and I know I should like try Godot or some type of engine, which I have tried Godot, and then I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've tried some Unity, but then I see people posting like Unity horror stories, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't like relying on proprietary things for my art. And that goes for like libraries, that goes for engines. I'd rather just, here's my stuff, I did it. If it's broken, I can fix it because it's mine. But at the same time, that means I get nothing done. Just use the punching bag during business calls. You should just do the punching bag in the background, like be one of those guys. Python is nice and easy. I prefer C, C++. They say Python is more reader friendly, but honestly I find it hard to read without brackets. I find that Python is very idiomatic, and if you don't know the idioms, then you're like, what the hell is going on? Like when you have the square bracket and you have like number colon or colon number. So like that doesn't intuitively make sense until you like go do some learning of Python. I've thought of using GameMaker also, because it'd be nice to just put something together and have it be done. Like something that frustrates me so much with game development right now is like I have to worry about platform. Not just like Windows, Linux, Mac. Like that's easy now. That's just no problem. But then you think about, okay, well, should this run on Android and maybe iOS in the future? I don't have an iPhone or any. I have a Mac Mini and it crapped out because I wasn't using it at all, and I don't know, it just doesn't work. I didn't break it. um, and it's and or you could like make something for the web, and then it's just so frustrating to feel like, okay, this would be best on Android. This would be best on the web. You have to like maybe do this in JavaScript, maybe do this in Java with Android SDK. Or you can use an engine or a framework like Gaderos or Unity, and then you have to rely on that extra piece of thing. And then, or I can step back, write an engine to export to everything, and spend all of that time and maybe not even make a game. So I'm just like really mad at game programming right now. The thing that put you off about Python is the compatibility between 2 and 3. Yeah, it should be better now because 2 is just not supported anymore, so hopefully you're not getting Python 2 code that you have to deal with. Yeah, trying to figure out the differences and stuff. Yeah, and if it's like a one-time payment for a license to publish to other platforms, I'm fine with the one-time payment. I am not fine with subscriptions. I am not going to pay a subscription to do my work. And I'm not cool with give us part of your profits. But I mean, what am I going to do? Like if I go on Steam and post something there, they're going to take some of the profits. I mean, I'm fine with itch.io. I love itch.io, but I don't know. It's like you do a lot of work. Some people might see it. Not very many people are going to see it. You're probably not going to make much money off of it. And you probably spent a long ass time on it. Down with game programming, up with building tools. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe I should just not make a game. Maybe I should just make a tool. And my friend Clarissa, which I can post a link to her Twitter, she's making like a game in DOS, and I don't know if she's still using Allegro for that. But she's making a game that will like run in DOSBox or run on a computer that is running DOS. And that's really cool. She's so smart. I'm so not smart. Yeah, like I want to like remake some of my old games. There's like stuff I want to do. I just don't have the time. It's so much easier to just doodle something and just, you know. Eh. Yeah, Game Maker just takes one. Or even RPG Maker. Like I've bought whatever the version is that lets you export to Android. But at the same time, I haven't felt like making an RPG Maker game because then I'd also have to do all the art and stuff. And I don't know what would make a good RPG. I'm not very good at writing stories. So if anyone wants to make an RPG Maker game together or a visual novel together, I really like making the art for visual novels. That's a lot of fun. And I'll do the programming. Just write me a story and I'll do it. I'll like do the rest of the work. I'm just not good at the story part or the characters or the plots or any of that stuff. I'm good at the implementation and to some extent the art. Like in 2018 I taught some local people here, which includes my cousin and my sister, but also a couple of previous students, how to make their first games with RenPy, which is really easy. If you don't overcomplicate it, it's just basically like a choose your own adventure book. You have here's plot stuff, and then maybe it branches, and then more plot stuff. So that was fun. My sister made her first game. She's never programmed before. The coding's really easy because, like, unless you want to put functions in, you don't have to put functions. If you wanted to put a loop, you could put a loop, but really, for the most part, it's just branching. So that was fun. My cousin finished a game. I did the art for that one where everyone's like half fish people, but like reverse mermaids. There's some merit in writing small programs or games rather than bigger projects. Yeah, like I just want to make small projects, but even those take a lot of effort. Let's see. Gonna share this. I mean, we're almost out of time for today, but I'm just gonna show you my sister's visual novel, and then the one that I didn't finish. I am like, oh no, it doesn't show. It's showing. Oh no, don't show that. OBS, why are you bad at life? There we go. Her game's really cute. It's about going to a dog show in Kansas where the dogs all talk. And I think this one's on Google Play. Yeah, because it's hard to get stuff on Google Play that's 100 megs or bigger. And then this one, let's make sure this is gonna stay. This is my cousin's. And so I did this art of like your reverse mermaid and stuff like that. And I did all the backgrounds, and that was fun. Like, it's not the best, but it was a lot of fun to do. So there's all that. There's her buddy, the starfish, and the princess walking around in a bathrobe and stuff like that. I mean, yeah. There's so much stuff I want to work on. I just don't have the time or energy. But yeah. Well, I have bad news, y'all. It's 9:30 and I gotta get prepared for work now. So, but I always enjoy these conversations. This has turned out pretty decent. So, I'll keep doing these on work days, I think. Saturday, Mike and I are gonna make a video that will be up in a couple weeks, because I actually do have one last Broken Sword episode in the queue, but Mike and I are going to record the next set of Broken Sword episodes. I don't know how long we're going to have. But yeah, I need some inspiration. But yeah, so same time tomorrow, maybe I'll talk about D&D tonight and what happened. Last time, my cleric attacked the warlock, and then the warlock kicked my cleric's ass. So I'm interested in seeing how that resolves. But yeah, same time tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be here. It's 9 o'clock. Well, right now it's 9:30, but 9 a.m. on weekdays, and I'm trying to find like local music to play at the beginning, and stuff like that. So I'll see you all tomorrow. We can talk more about game development or whatever you want. So thanks for watching.